Once upon a time in the 100-Acre Wood, there lived a chubby, honey-loving bear named Winnie the Pooh. Pooh had a little red shirt, no pants, and a heart full of curiosity. He lived a simple life, and his days were often filled with adventures, though sometimes these adventures led to unexpected troubles. One sunny morning, as Pooh sat under the shade of his favorite tree, he thought to himself, "I do believe it's time for a spot of honey." You see, honey was Pooh's absolute favorite thing in the world. His tummy rumbled at the mere thought of its sweet golden goodness. Without wasting a moment, Pooh set off in search of honey. He visited his friend Rabbit, who was known for having the most honey pots in the 100-Acre Wood. Pooh hoped that Rabbit would share some with him. "Hello, Rabbit," Pooh greeted with a warm smile. "I was wondering if you might have a smidgen of honey to spare." Rabbit, who was quite particular about his honey, replied, "I'm terribly sorry, Pooh, but I've just counted my pots and it seems I'm short by one. I can't possibly part with any honey today." Pooh nodded, his tummy growling louder. He decided to visit his friend Owl next, hoping that he might have some honey wisdom to share. Owl was known for his intelligence and often had helpful advice. "Hello, Owl," Pooh said politely. "I was wondering if you knew where I might find some honey." Owl, with his glasses perched on his beak, thought for a moment. "Ah, yes, Pooh," he said wisely. "You can find honey in the most wonderful place, a beehive. Just follow the buzzing of the bees, and you'll be sure to find honey there." Thanking Owl, Pooh followed his advice. He wandered through the woods, listening carefully for the sound of buzzing bees. Before long, he stumbled upon a large beehive hanging from a branch. Excitement filled Pooh's heart as he gazed at the beehive. "Oh, bother," he mumbled to himself. "How do I get that delicious honey without getting stung by the bees?" Pooh thought for a moment, and then an idea popped into his head. He spotted a nearby mud puddle and decided to roll in it, covering himself entirely in mud. He hoped that the bees wouldn't recognize him in his new disguise. With mud from head to toe, Pooh approached the beehive. He reached out and gently tapped it, causing the bees to buzz angrily. But because of his muddy appearance, the bees didn't recognize him as a bear. Pooh quickly grabbed the beehive and started running, zigzagging through the woods with a swarm of bees chasing him. He ran as fast as his chubby legs could carry him, mud flying off in all directions. Finally, Pooh reached a safe spot under a tree, away from the angry bees. He placed the beehive on the ground and, with great delight, opened it to reveal the sweetest, stickiest honey he had ever seen. As Pooh dipped his paw into the honey, he couldn't help but smile. He had found his honey treasure, and it was worth every adventure and sticky situation. And so, with a full tummy and a heart filled with contentment, Winnie the Pooh sat under his favorite tree, savoring the honey and thinking about how wonderful it was to have friends like Rabbit, Owl, and all the others in the 100-Acre Wood. For Winnie the Pooh knew that no matter what adventures he went on, he was never truly alone as long as he had his friends by his side. And that, my dear friends, is the sweet tale of Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, where the love of honey and the bonds of friendship make every adventure worth it in the end.